791 delegates had a choice to make this morning, either to keep the incumbent Ahmed Arthur or to make a choice between Dakoa Newman and Nana Fredua Ajimano Foriata. At the end of it all, they decided on the founder of a humanitarian NGO, DNF, Dakoa Newman.
I appreciate everything everybody has done, and I wouldn't let anybody down. This is a win for NPP. It's not a win just for me. We are all going to work together to ensure that we retain this seat come December 2020. So it's a win for us all, and congratulations to the party at large.
But before then, there were some issues when we went to some of the polling centers.
He's even not aware of this provision, but someone has come to cast the ballot on his behalf. You see what I'm talking about? They went there, they followed all protocol procedures, including the checking of the everything. They were okay.
We are at the Kaneshi polling center, and even though the space here is so big, I see that a lot of them are crammed up together there. There's no social distancing being observed. The police officer have just gone to tell them to probably ensure that they are observing the protocols, but nothing seems to be done. We will try and talk to them to find out how this matter will be resolved.
There was a consensus, the parties yesterday, that there is proxy. But this morning, when the one who's supposed to come and cast the proxy came, they said the other agencies that they're not going to allow, but we've been able to solve that particular issue. One
of your executives just said that this issue has been resolved. Are you satisfied?
I'm not satisfied. And in fact, we raised concern officially.
In some of the centers we visited, with regards to coronavirus, we realized that social distancing was highly practiced. However, the absence of Veronica buckets were very clear. How will you rate the precautionary measures that have been put in place here?
70%, because there's no Veronica bucket to wash our hands. So it will be 70%. Although we have the sanitizer, and they provided us with nose masks too, so we are okay.
One of the delegates had an advice for the Electoral Commission ahead of the December elections with regards to safety protocols.
I believe if we can improve on this, it will be better. So that the general election, when I look around, I don't see any washing bucket around, nothing. But the general one, we have to make sure that at least this place is a little bit big. So we should have the Veronica bucket, so that the moment you enter the gate, you wash your hand before you come in. Before you enter, we should have a security in the gate who can tell you that wash your hand, put your nose mask and do this, do that. I think it's better. And look, they are finished and they are sitting down, but they are forgetting themselves that this virus is around. So the general election, you have to make sure that the moment you finish voting, you have to go.
Some of you are not wearing masks. No social distance. No mask.
So you can hear that the divisional police commander is asking the delegates to go home because they are not observing the protocols.
Observe the counting of the declaration than to sit here. 11 election regulations. This election vote and go for all elections.
Yes, sir. Earlier, when I spoke to these delegates, they told me that they would prefer to hang around because their homes are far. Earlier, when I spoke to you, you said that you wouldn't go, but now you've been asked to go.
What I'm trying to say is, I wanted to stay here, but later the divisional officer, the divisional commander came to tell us that we should go home, so that when it's around 12:01, then we come back for the observing of the counting. Yeah, so we are going home. So I'm going to take some banku and pepper with fried fish, my home food.
I may join you soon.
Oh, then if you don't come, I'll bring yours.
Don't worry at all. We'll be here for the counting. did you want the incumbent out?
No, we want change.
Yeah.
We want no development. No development in this constituency. So we want change. That is it.
For 8 years,
you
nothing.
Get me?
8 years, nothing.
There's nothing. Library everywhere, no development. Even our roads. If wouldn't be in Nanado that declare this year as a what do you call it? A year of roads, now we will be suffering.
But you've had the same member of parliament for 2 terms. I mean, so how come you're saying that no development?
He's not working. That is why people choose to vote him out. That is all.
From Okaikoi South here in the Greater Accra region, I am Hannah Odame.